It is not you. It is me. I just added you on my other page, so let me get off of this. Ooh, I'm all in the camera. My bad. I'm trying to get somebody on real quick in a room. What does that even mean? Okay. We're waiting on the guests, y'all. Sisters, how y'all feel? Brothers, y'all all right? But while we're waiting, we might as well just call some people and tell them, get on the show. Come watch, tune in, see what we got going, honey. If you're not busy, come on and watch this here, darling. Well then, let's see. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right.
Hey,
All right. This one may not give us some problems. I'm telling you.
okay.
So all of my viewers already know. Long story short, $1,200 phone, $400 phone. $400
Understood.
phone is the only phone that's letting me on my Instagram right now. $1,200 phone ain't worth $1,200 right now because it only lets me on one Instagram.
I
I done
understand.
factory reset it. I done tried to what did I request Instagram to let me play on my Instagram. All of that. $1,200 phone not cutting it right now.
Understood. No problem.
So I apologize about that. But I like I was telling everybody on the other
Mm-hmm.
live that she has some of the cutest clothes for the tall gals. So and when I saw that, I was looking at one of your videos and you said you were 6'1", and I was like, oh my gosh, she was
Mm-hmm.
literally a foot taller than me. And I was like, I can't even tell because it's just like your clothes just freaking they flow, like they're just so beautiful. So are
Thank
you like
you.
a designer? Like you actually design the clothes, correct?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
do.
That's amazing. They're so
I'm
beautiful.
sorry, my daughter is like constantly. She find it amusement out of opening the door and closing it again.
It is okay. So I was trying
I am. I'm 6'1".
261. But like, okay, so y'all gonna have to go to her page because I mean she's serving it all the way up. Anyways, we're talking about embracing your uniqueness. So today we will be discussing embracing your uniqueness because some things we are born with, some things we adapt throughout this journey called life, but nonetheless, we should be embracing every single part of ourselves. So in this discussion today, we'll be talking about the inner work that you have to do to begin to love the things that you cannot change about you, and how to encourage our friends, family, and children to embrace their uniqueness. So, first things first, could you tell us about your story and why you decided to create TJL?
Well, for one, I'm tall, so I feel like I am the customer. You know how some businesses like they have, model customers. With my business, I am the customer. I started off just sewing for myself, just designing for myself. And like other tall girls would be like, where you get that or make me one. And my husband was kind of like, you should do a business because it's other tall girls out there. Now, growing up, I didn't see a lot of tall girls.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there's a lot of tall girls out there like that. I always felt out of place.
Mhm.
But, people, when I like, got older and stuff, people started seeing, some things because like I can't go to the mall and shop most of the time. And that's really where it cultivated because of me, because of, the things that I didn't find and I didn't have.
So I heard you say that you didn't know that there were a lot of tall girls. So I imagine like coming up, you were essentially the tallest one in your class. Was that ever like something difficult that you had to go through, like being the tallest person?
Um, Personally, like it doesn't bother me. It's like other people. Like sometimes people be intimidated by it, or if people. I'm from Memphis, so people check or whatever. And if they would, they'll be they thing like your tall tail. They'll be like the way people would get me or whatever. But it would be because other people pointed it out, and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But I play sports and stuff, so I kind of fit into that and everything. But it's more so because other people, like when I meet them or walk up on them, they like, dang, you tall. And it's like, I don't carry it, but other people, point it out.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really funny that you led with I played sports, and
Hmm.
my aunt, she is like, oh, I'm not gonna say she's my favorite because that would be rude, but
Okay.
let's be frank here. Um,
Hmm.
but she is so amazing, and she's 6'3".
Yeah.
So anytime she sees my dad, she goes like this and she pets him, but
Hmm.
only 5'10". And
Okay.
so, but I said that to say she plays sports, but her daughter, who is also 6 foot,
Hmm.
she didn't play sports. Like she never
Yeah.
played sports. And when you ask her, like,
Did you play basketball?
yeah, she's,
Yeah.
and so I like came onto the show saying I'm not gonna ask her if she plays
Yeah.
sports because I
That's
do not.
like a common question. It's so common. My sister, I have a baby sister who's 6'1" as well. She didn't play sports, but I did. I guess I'm a cliche to it, but she didn't, and she gets annoyed by it too.
Mhm. And so that's why I
Yeah.
was like, girl, just research that because
But
yeah.
it's like it's funny you say that. It's because you got a family member who doesn't like it. Most people just don't know, and they don't realize like they be like, dang, you got an attitude. I'm like, it's because you like the fifth person today to ask me that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not you, it's because like everybody asks the same question.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do some of the slogans I have on my shirt. I have like one of my top selling shirts. I probably do like hundreds of them a month. It's like um what does it say? Six something, don't ask. And anytime I wear it out, it's like don't ask me. I'm over 6'1". Like do not ask me my height. It's like
I love,
annoying.
I love that one. I like the one that I saw and I liked like immediately was the yes I'm wearing heels. Like I was like,
Yes.
bam, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yes, I am wearing heels
Mhm.
because I don't care if I'm six whatever. I'm still gonna put my heels on because I'm a lady.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I know, and they just don't go with flats don't go with certain outfits.
exactly. And I mean, like how you feel about your height says nothing about mine. So,
Mhm.
which is exactly why we're talking about embracing your uniqueness today. And I feel that like sometimes people who have a unique sense of beauty. So some people like, I will say like one of my friends, she is like super super thick, and it's like it's really pretty, but she's not 100%. Well, she wasn't 100% in love with it because
Uh-huh.
I would say it would bring me the wrong type of attention. And I
Mhm.
thought of it that way. Like I've
Mhm.
always wanted to be thick, but I never thought that it would bring me like I never thought of it negatively. So
Mhm.
like when we talking about embracing your uniqueness, what's your take on how you just kind of started embracing that? Hey, I'm tall and that's really not going to change.
Mhm. Um, my dad is 6'9",
Mhm.
and my mom is 5'10". My godmother 6 foot. I come from like taller people who um embrace their I won't say that like I have some side story where I was like, I was really insecure and then because that's not true. But what I will say is like I didn't feel confident in what I wore. A lot of tall women, we just buy whatever fits.
Mhm.
Even if like, man, I look at stuff all day. I'm a designer, right? And I'm always looking. I'm like, man, I would slay that. I would kill that. Like, but it doesn't fit. And I think the more irritating thing was not feeling confident in how I showed up in the world, because it's just like I just couldn't rock the outfits I wanted to rock. So like when I was a little girl, I would always sketch who I wanted to be, like what type of person I wanted to be.
Mhm.
And I always admired women in the, I thought when I was younger, I thought 30 was like everything. I was like, oh, I can't, when I turn 30, I'm gonna be, and then I turned 30, but I thought like a 30-year-old woman should show up in the world, and she should, and her wardrobe should speak. That's how I felt about it. So I feel like for me, I just didn't like what I wore. Like my pants was ankle beaters, I was trying to find ways to hide, throw, roll them up, and or wear a capri instead of my pants being too short, or I didn't wear a lot of shorts because my mom would always say my legs was long and they looked like hoochie shorts and stuff. And so I think for me, I just didn't like my body because it didn't fit and stuff.
Mm.
I just never, it never fit in any clothes the right way. And I used to be really upset at my mom because I used to be like, you don't let me wear nothing.
Ooh.
But she would always tell me, that's too short. And I was like, well, my friends got shorts on. Why I can't wear shorts? She made me wear like Bermuda shorts most of the
Mm.
time. Stuff like that. That's more what I didn't like. I didn't like that at all. And I didn't like my body because it didn't fit and stuff. I was
Mm.
like this. If I was just 5'10", if I was just 5'9", like it would fit a little bit better. I wouldn't, it wouldn't be ankle beaters. That's how I used to think.
I think it's so funny being on the total opposite side of that spectrum because
Mhm.
I run the exact same thing. Total opposite end though. Exact same
Mhm.
thing though. Like
Mhm.
I'm like really looking at styles. I'm like, if I was just a little bit taller, it would look right. Like if I try to get in there, it ain't gonna be right because it's gonna flood all on the ground. And if I try to take it up, then it's not gonna look the
Mhm.
same. It's not gonna get the same feel.
Mhm.
And then I
Mhm.
got a whole housing area, and they just kind of
Yeah.
got a little bit thicker here recently.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that, but like, oh my god! So now I'm like short, and I'm like thick all of a sudden. Like I was really
Mhm.
petite when I was
Mhm.
like younger, but now I'm short and thick, and I'm just like, what now? Like what
Mhm.
next? And if
No,
I get
I get that.
talent of yeah, if I had that talent of designing, yeah, your girl would be really out here, but um, I think that you said something very, very, very because I never thought of it being like not being a sad story. As far as like after looking at all all of the stuff that's on your Instagram, I never thought it to be like not a sad story. The only thing that I thought was, okay, she must have had a struggle, but the only struggle that you ever had was with clothes, which is
Mhm.
pretty cool. So, moving forward, maybe you could still talk about just kind of embracing um, your beauty in general, because that's still a story that you have, be it that you had to start designing clothes to make you feel pretty, because how
Mhm.
come no other friends could wear the regular shorts, but the regular shorts don't look regular on you? So how did you start embracing?
Well, you know what? I will say this back to the prior thing. Though I didn't struggle, a lot of my customers did. I would say that. So I do realize that my work is not just through fashion. It's about giving other women confidence. Like I know when I first launched my brand, and I first put my first collection of suits out. And the reason I put suits out was because of course, I feel like I couldn't find suits. When I got out I served in the Navy first, and then when I got my first corporate job, and I was like, man, I ain't got nothing to wear to work. Again, it's like a struggle. So I started designing suits and stuff. And I would have ladies email me like, oh my God, I'm 6'6". I've never worn a suit before. Or thank you so much for the message you put in the card, telling me I'm beautiful. Like I learned that, okay, they struggle. I didn't carry that. But now it's my responsibility as a designer, as a brand, to continue to uplift them. That's why I'm having like my first Tall Girl meetup, so we can meet in person, come together, and wear heels together, because somebody in the room is self-conscious. Somebody in the room may not be me, but someone is. You know, someone struggling to put some heels on and go out in the world because somebody gonna make a comment at them. I'd be like, okay, like I'm quick with the comebacks, but sometimes those little comebacks can really shatter their confidence altogether. You know, I see so many of my customers saying that they don't wear heels at all. And I'm like, wow, you know, I think through design I started learning that wow, like they're struggling. Some people are really struggling with this, with their confidence and stuff. So I'm more sensitive to it. So I now try to really be in front of it and say, like, don't ask us that, like compliment her. It took a lot. It took a lot for her to come out the house. And then if you're 6'4", 6'5", and you put on the heel, now you look like a giant to people. But to you, you can't control that, right? So it's just like you just want to be complimented, not commenting on. You
Yeah,
know.
that's the difference. I do see what you're saying. I think it's so weird being on the like again being on the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't know if you've heard about South by Southwest in Austin. It's like a music.
Mm-mm.
It's a
Mm-mm.
really music festival, y'all. I'm from
Okay.
Austin, and I would go to South by Southwest all the time. And there was like this one night that there was this girl. She had to be like six something, like you said, and she had on heels, and she took my breath away. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, and I went up to her and I was like, "You are so pretty." And it was because she had the heels on. She had her thighs out, and it was just like it was like everything. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
here I all the time, but she was so confident. And I just hearing you say that people, you know, just kind of, you know, kind of knowing that people do struggle with that, but knowing after I
Mm-hmm.
saw her, I was like, the way I would give to be that height,
Yeah.
like I would just
Mm-hmm.
give to have those legs and be able to just walk up and down here like, yes, ma'am. Like
Yeah.
I
I
don't,
know what you mean.
I'm just, yeah. And do you think like that with your brand, you try to teach people like an air of confidence?
I do, like I try to write little messages in my cards, and like when I email my customers, I try to, do little stuff like that. And especially the ones, or even if they're trying a new outfit with me, they're like, this is my first time trying something, like, and I'm like, just do it. Just because, they like a lot of times, especially like the old, like my customers that's the generation before me, where it really wasn't a lot of options. They wore a lot of men's clothes. They
Mhm.
shopped in the men's section to get the length, which is not cut properly for us, which doesn't help the curves, none of that, So they be happy, to wear something more feminine and stuff like that. So I think more of my work is just boosting them and giving them that confidence boost and stuff.
So I heard you say that you have a daughter.
I
Um,
got 3 kids.
ooh, come on,
I
guys.
I have 3 kids. I got twin boys that turned 2 months, so they brand spanking
I
new.
saw that. I saw that. I saw when you posted that, and I think I had just asked you.
Yeah,
Oh, and I was like,
yeah.
kids. I was like, it was Lord. Now, please don't let me offend this woman because, baby,
No, I'm in my in-laws right now. I had to Roger some help up with the kids, with the kids and stuff. But I had twin boys, and then my daughter, she'll be 2 next week. So I got 3 under 2, pretty much.
oh, oh my God.
I know.
Okay, so okay, here come the prayers now. Little stuff, but also I said that to say like, how would you teach your child to just kind of embrace what they have going on? Because I know you said that everybody around you is tall, but I know that we live in a day and age that not everything is as kind as we would like it to be.
For one, I want her to just be comfortable in herself. And I feel like the reason I'm comfortable in myself is because my mama was comfortable in herself. She wore heels to work. I never knew it was the thing until I became an adult. I just always saw her like she was tall and she wore heels. That was her thing. And I never, it never was anything that bothered me or bothered her. At least to me, it did. You know, maybe it did, but I don't know. But so for me, it's like I just want to show up as myself, so she's comfortable with showing up as herself. But also too, I always like feel like with my brand, it's a game of chess. It's to be around for when she gets older. Because part of it is you don't feel comfortable because you don't feel pretty. You don't feel good, but when when you get your hair done, you be feeling good. When you get your makeup done, you be feeling good. And when you got an outfit that you like that fits well, you feel good. So it's more about making sure she has the tools she needs to show up in the world as herself. And that's what I want. Like I don't shy away. I wore heels up until, maybe like 6 months when I was pregnant or whatever, but now I wear them again. And not skinny heels, but a heel, a mule or something like that, a boot, like a boot with a little block heel or whatever. But
Hold on, because my two pregnancy didn't even have heels. Okay,
look,
I did the heels.
hey, I cannot wait. Look, let me tell y'all, he is the best videographer in the DFW area. When I tell y'all, Taylor Penguin gets my message across, he gets me. He gets my language. He's shooting my campaign, my next campaign. He shot my last campaign, and he's shooting my event as well.
Okay, Taylor. So if you stay, Taylor, if you hang with us for the rest of the show, we're gonna bring you on at the end because Dee McGuire from Dee in the Morning, she actually put me on to this. She came on the show earlier
Hmm.
this month.
I saw that.
She was like, you need to start inviting people on and let them tell
Yeah.
you. And I was like, you know what, you show right because it's in the messages, but I want them to be able to say it on the platform as well. So I
Yeah.
really stay here because she done already hyped you up. So if you stay here,
Yeah, he's dope.
don't talk about you. He's what?
He's dope. He's really dope. Hmm.
Okay, so stay with us so you can shout your business out. But lastly, kind of wrapping up because I did want to ask this question. I know that we look at stuff with Megan Thee Stallion, right? And I
Hmm.
feel really cliche. But I feel like she gets a lot of backlash. And I feel like she gets a lot of she's very manly because she's tall and thick. Where I disagree, I see a lot of men agree. So, what would you have to say to any woman that's looking at her as beautiful as she is and maybe be down about themselves?
I feel like it's her and a lot of other women. Sometimes people attach height to manliness, first of all, which is just wrong altogether, and stuff. But like, I feel like for me, like, you have to, I try to, like, even my niece and stuff, it's not our job to change the world. The world is gonna be mean and ugly. Like as much work as I do, I'll never get everybody to not ask me the question. How tall are you? Do you play basketball? Whatever. Nobody will ever stop. The only thing you can do is find ways to be comfortable. Like with you can't change it. And it's hard being the tallest. I'm sure, especially in school, because girls grow faster, the boys catch up later,
Mhm.
you know. And then like you kind of got to deal with like the awkwardness that comes with
Mhm.
being tall and stuff. It comes with some things. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I just felt fire my whole life, but it's not easy, but it's like you have to learn that, okay, this is my body, and regardless of what anybody comments on, anybody says, I just gotta be okay with me. Like regardless of what anybody will say. I like a lot of times when I go out, people do comment on it. And it's like, what I'm gonna do, go in the car and cry about it? It's nothing I can change about myself. So I would just tell anybody to like find a way to be comfortable in you. But that means doing things that make you feel beautiful too. Whatever that means. I'm not saying everybody gotta wear dresses and skirts and heels because our girls aren't that. But if that's what makes you feel fire, then show up as yourself. Don't not wear a heel because somebody's gonna say something. Because somebody was gonna say something whether you was 3 inches off the ground or whether you was not 3 inches off. That's just my experience with it. you know. And like my husband, he's an inch taller than me, but most of the times when I got on heels, I'm taller than him and stuff. And it's like if he's comfortable, then we cool. Like, you know, and most of the time, if you wear your confidence, then nobody really kind of like if I'm good, then most of the time people like react the way you were saying, like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. That's because she was good, you know. And it's like it depends on the era you put out.
Okay, so let me tell y'all this quick story because that is no lie. So I hosted this fashion show. It was for Cortina Webb. Shout out to Cortina.
Hmm.
And I don't even remember the name of the fashion show, but it was about empowering like the youth. And there was this woman there, and we had walked past each other, and I just nodded and I waved or whatever, you know, just kind of bop around, you know, I don't be
Hmm.
funny.
Hmm.
Then she got up to speak. Y'all, when she got up to speak, her arm was missing. I didn't even notice it when I walked.
Wow. Yep.
She
Yeah.
air of confidence that I looked over it, like couldn't even see it. And then when she spoke, she said, I had to get that confident to the point where a lot of people don't even notice that my arm is missing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, she is exactly right because her whole essence and ambiance, if she hadn't got up there, I wouldn't have known the difference. I
Yeah. It's like if I mope around or if I, you know, then people feel sorry or like, you know, I'm like, no, you know, I have to enjoy my body. And I feel like too, when I really be feeling myself and stuff, you know, when I really get myself together and I go out, like I feel like people notice me when I walk in the room too, you know what I mean? I'm already tall, you're gonna look. So I might as well just, you know, feel the best I can feel for myself, you know what I mean? I just think that it's things about our bodies that we can't change, even with surgery, you know. And height is one of them. You know, it's just nothing you can do, you know. So I'm not gonna go around like feeling sorry for myself for the rest of my life. It's just now I just try to be a light to other tall girls that's dealing with it. You know, some of them are taller than me. I'm kind of average height, surprisingly. I'm average height for tall. You got like your 5'9", 5'10" girls, and then you got your 6'6", 6'7" girls. And I'm right here at 6'1", you know, right there in the middle. But it's a lot of girls taller than me. They have bigger feet than me and deal with, you know, other issues. But, you know, like a lot of the models I use, like my recent model, she's 6'6", you know, but I try to design so her limbs don't look like long limbs,
Mhm.
that she looks proportioned. And you know, like unless I tell you how tall she is, you probably shouldn't notice in the photo shoot.
And that's literally what I was telling my little friend. I was like, how tall? Like, we was going,
You and this little friend were.
I was, how tall? And then I was like, these women have to all be over 6 foot because she designs for tall girls. And he was like, no, I was like, yes, these are all tall people.
Hmm.
And I was just like, oh man, that's how I knew. Like, I was like, she's really incredible as a designer because I can't tell like these look like regular models. And
Hmm.
you know, when I look at tall women, I'm just like, I don't know. I guess some people's first thought is like, oh, you play sports. My first thought is always, oh, she must have modeled.
A model, yeah, that's better than the sports question, you
Like
know, because that's at least a complimenting
that,
question. But even still, it's a common question.
that is my go-to. I'm like, oh, she has to model. Look at her legs.
Yeah.
Every time it's just like I go to legs, and I'm just like, damn, that's a nice canvas. Look at those legs.
Yeah.
But you know, me and my little 5'2", we gonna be all right. We been 5'2".
Which you fire too.
Look,
You fire.
we
We all fire.
we this thing. You feel me? So that's
Hmm.
a great conversation. I'm really happy to hear about, you know, your whole collection, how you just embrace all of the tall women. And like I said, I didn't see that shirt that you mentioned, but the one about the yes, I'm wearing heels, that took me all the way over. And I was like, no, this one
Yeah.
has, so like I love it. And
Hmm.
I'm so happy for your brand, and I can't wait to see where else it goes. I saw all of the pages that you were featured on, and I hope that
Yeah.
continue to be featured because I mean this is a brand that has a story and it has a really great designer with like just a great story. I don't know, girl. Like keep going, keep pushing.
Thank you. I'm
Um,
excited.
forward to I'll grab the wine and I'll grab the wine is story time. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna read this story and then we're gonna go ahead and solicit our advice. So here we go, y'all. Dear Savon, I'm single and I'm bored. I don't have any children and I'm not in a rush to have them. I've been dating, but I have to admit I'm a little stuck on my ex. Not enough to try and make it work again, but not enough to make it not but enough to make it difficult for me to move on. I feel a little stuck. What would you do? What would you do?
She said that she's stuck on her ex.
She says she's stuck on her ex, but she doesn't want to go back, but she don't want to move forward either.
I'll share a personal thing. So I got divorced before I met my husband. I've been married 4 years now, but I was married before. And I remember thinking then that that was it for me. I'm divorced, like that's it. Like I'm never gonna I'm damaged goods. Like everything a woman feels. Like even if you have a kid out of it, like whatever, like you feel like you damaged goods, like nobody gonna want me again. Like I went through all of that and I was real stuck and I was like, maybe I should stay, like we should I went through all of it. But like literally I feel like just is just me. I'm a believer in like finding something else, like first going to church and just really trying to get your spiritual life back together and ask, pray to the Lord and ask the Lord to really help you because, you know, soul ties is tough, like when you're trying to break from a person. But I will say I can just share my story that I God has something so much greater for me. Like my husband's the reason I started my brand. I mentioned before, he's like, you should do it and stuff like that. We got three beautiful children. We're living well, and I feel like if I didn't let it go, I wouldn't be able to get what was coming. Like something greater is coming. And if you look at it like that, you can let that go, quick. Like let it go because something better is coming. You just have to believe that. And if you believe that it's a better future for you, then it makes it easier to start, pushing forward. That's just what I think.
That's so beautiful. I okay, so coming after that is gonna be real difficult because she had a testimony, y'all. I cannot testify, child. I'm terrible at this though. I will tell y'all. And this is an authentic show. So somebody told me a long time ago, which is probably the worst, but the only way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. And so, your girl, right there, when I feel like I'm stuck in a
You get you a new little friend, huh? I hear you. No, I feel you. I'm trust me, like I'm not no goody two shoes by a long shot. But I just believe that we can have what we looking for. I do. I believe if she desires, family, children, a husband, like she can have it. I don't believe that it's not out there for anybody.
I believe
If
that.
if that's what you want.
I
Yeah.
believe that too. But what I'm gonna tell you right now is whoever wrote this, go chill with your homegirls because I can honestly say that when I was going through a transition very similar between like this was like when I first had my son and I was going through them things like you said, oh ain't nobody gonna want me, blah blah blah. I didn't feel like I wanted to make it work with my son's dad, but I also didn't feel like I wanted to move on either. I was kind of stuck in a rut. All I did was go and be with my girls and be around people that loved me so I could remember what real love felt like. And it was so refreshing just being with my friends and being with my, like, I went to, I ended up going to Houston with my friends and then I ended up going, where else? I think I just visited like Oklahoma with one of my homeboys. Like it was just one of those things to where I got so close to my friends that I didn't even notice that I was without a man.
You just took it one day at a time.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's all you can do.
yeah, if you really there, homegirl, like I ain't gonna lie, don't take the first piece of advice unless you it's very important. Go through that if you've done it already. But just go be with your friends because it really does work. Like laughter is the best medicine. Go be with your
Mhm.
friends, bro.
Mhm.
You'll get through it. Moving forward, we're to the wind down, brought to you by Say My Name Media. So, typically this is where I would talk about the wine that I'm drinking, but as y'all know, I done injured myself, so still on pain medicine. I'll be back to drinking next week though, y'all. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to become a sponsor for Complete Magazines, be sure to check out www.completemagazine.com. Now we are to let that shit go. And let that shit go is the segment where we have to release something that no longer serves us. So share with us tonight what you're going to let go of because it no longer serves you.
I'm working on letting go of limitations. I don't have no more limitations. I can go as far as the sky and as deep as the ocean. I don't, no more limitations.
Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful.
Hmm.
Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna have to write that one down. Take that one. Um,
Yes.
what am I gonna let go of this week, you guys? I am going to let go of um I'm going to release my inhibitions. I get really scared sometimes and in my own ability. I start pulling back because I think that I'm not good enough. I'm not blank enough. So I'm going to stop telling myself that because I'm going to be great. And the only way
Hmm.
I allow myself to be great is if I take away those inhibitions. So we're going to go ahead
Hmm.
and echo that this week. That no longer serves us. It doesn't do anything for us anymore.
Hmm.
So, after you let that shit go, you have to drink to that. And this is the portion of the show where we celebrate something about you. So, what are we going to celebrate about you tonight?
Oh, girl, I definitely been on this thing because again, I told you my boys they 2 months today, so I'm celebrating getting back to me, like finding me again. You a mom, so you understand that, like finding myself again, my new self, but myself, yeah.
Right? Because it's different, but it's
Hmm.
cool. And it's just, I think after you have kids, you'll like people who don't really have kids, they don't know that. It's like
Yeah,
beautiful new journey that you go on.
yeah, but
Oh,
it's an identity shift.
it, because it's like, I'm really somebody's mom. And it's not
Yeah,
like you have, I'm really somebody's mom again. Like,
yeah,
am I right and left my
yeah, yeah.
I just
I totally get what you're saying. Hmm.
so I'm excited for you and twin boys, girl. I can't wait to listen. I've been ready for football season since.
Look, I be telling my husband all the time, I pray that they want to play sports because I want to be their mom. I want to be their mom so bad.
I think it's so funny that all boy
Mhm.
moms say that exact same thing because
Yes.
I say every time he does something I'll be like I'm gonna be that mom. Like
I want to be so bad. I want to be so bad.
oh my god, oh Lord, I could listen. We finna be them mamas, and I can't wait to see whoever you decide to be after this.
Yeah.
Who you are right now is so incredible, so talented, and so beautiful that we're already supporting her, and we can't wait to support the best version of yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Okay. So last things last. How can we find you one more time?
So my website is TJL Collection, stands for Tiffany Jones Lewis. So TJL Collection.com, TJL underscore collection on Instagram, and TJL Collection on Facebook.
Okay, y'all. And you can find me on social media at two number sevens SEVON. For all things complete, be sure to follow Complete Magazine on all platforms. Check out our website, www.completemagazine.com, and check out all of what makes Dallas complete. Last things last, shout out to our sponsor, Say My Name Media. Are you looking to increase your online presence? Be sure to check out Say My Name Media for all your graphic, web design, photography, and videography needs. I want to thank you so much again for being on. So sorry we were late, but I still got you out on time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. I'm gonna just pause right there and say cheese because I need the thumbnail to look like something. Cheese. Okay, there we go. It should be. I don't know if your friend is still on here, but I would sure love for them to say something about their
Let
business.
me
Oh,
see.
yep, it sure is. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Is he coming?
Listen, I think Auntie. Hey,
Oh, hi.
hey, how are you?
Good, you caught me in the middle in mid bite.
I'm so sorry. Can you tell me business though? Because we was waiting for that.
Oh, no worries.
Tell everybody about your business.
So my name is James Johnson, and I operate Taylor Penguin Media Company, and I do video production for small and medium-sized businesses. I've shot everything from personal portrait to live events, and so I've done a little bit of everything. Um, and I love creating. So I met Tiffany a while back, and one of the things that really resonated with me was her message, and that's the energy that I like to have around me. So obviously I reached out and we began building our relationship, and it is what it is because of that.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you for having me.
Yes, of course. So tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on all social platforms at Tailored Penguin. That's TAILORED Penguin, PENGUIN.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for being on with us tonight, both of y'all. Thank y'all so much. And until next time, I'll grab the wine. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.